Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. High-powered weapon among items seized in Riverton City operation. A high-powered weapon, a large quantity of ammunition and police uniforms were seized on Wednesday during a major operation in Riverton City, St. Andrew. The operation was carried out in search of members of a criminal gang based in Riverton City. Superintendent Kurt Ricketts, head of the St. Andrew South Police, told reporters that the cops recovered an AK-47 rifle, 16 rounds of ammunition, 1 magazine, and police uniform and mask. He said investigators are searching for persons of interest in connection with the seizure, as well as those responsible for the upsurging violence in the community. 2 residents were shot in the ear on Tuesday night and are being treated at hospital. Superintendent Ricketts said the police will continue their targeted operations in the community. Sunshine Girls beat Australia to sweep Pool A in CWG Netball. Sunshine Girls beat Australia to sweep Pool A in CWG Netball. Jamaica's Sunshine Girls have made their biggest statement of the netball competition at the Commonwealth Games so far, with a close 2 goals come from behind 57-55 win over Australia at the NEC Hall in Birmingham, United Kingdom on Thursday morning. The win saw Jamaica sweeping all 5 games in Pool A to top the points table with a perfect 10, 2 more than Australia, the beaten finalists in 2018 in Gold Coast. Jamaica trailed in the match until a furious 4th quarter, where they overcame a 6-goal deficit to score the Australians 17-9 for a moral-boosting victory. Jamaica trailed by 1 point 13-14 after the first quarter and was still behind by the same margin 30-29 at the half. Australia forged further ahead, going into the final quarter leading 46-40. Goal shooter Jeanine Fuller led the Jamaicans, scoring with 47 goals from 50 attempts, and goal attack Shanice Beckford scored the other 10 from 10 attempts. Australia's goal scorer Gretel Bruta scored 36 goals from 39 attempts for the loser, while Stephanie Woods scored 19 from 22 attempts. Man killed, 5 guns seized in Portmore shootout. A joint police-military operation went underway along the Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine, after armed thugs and lawmen traded bullets on Thursday morning. 4 high-powered weapons and 1 handgun had reportedly been seized. 1 man was also reportedly shot and killed. Head of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, confirmed the shooting. SSP Phillips informed reporters that the alleged gunman is yet to be identified. There has been an ongoing war in Gregory Park between rival gangs. The warring factions resulted in a curfew being imposed in the area. Things came to a head on Tuesday when several houses were set on fire during a shootout between gang members.
Yeah. So me. Yeah, man, but what look at your five on you? Water.
How are you today? Brown? Yes. We went before. Yes, we did before.
Tina Clayton retains World Under 2100 meter title. Cole takes second. Tina Clayton is her name in track and field history, as she successfully defended her women's 100 meter title at the World Athletics Under 20 Championships, Colombia on Wednesday. Clayton ran a championships record 10.95 seconds, also lowering her personal national junior record of 10.96 seconds to repeat as champion after winning the gold in Kenya last year. It was the same time run by Elaine Thompson-Herro when she won the women's 100-meter title at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham hours earlier. It was gold and silver for Jamaica, as Serene Cole took the silver in 11.14 seconds, just off her personal best 11.13 seconds, with American Jackson third with a personal best of 11.16 seconds. Clayton had looked subdued in the first two rounds, including the semi-final run earlier in the afternoon, but once the gun went in the final, there was no catching her as she streaked away from a strong field. The two medals saw Jamaica moving up from the 9th to 3rd place on the table with 5 medals, 1 gold, 3 silvers, and a bronze. Health center affected by shutdown of NWC treatment plant in Spanish Town. A public health facility has been affected by the shutdown of the National Water Commission Spanish Town treatment plant in St. Catherine. Errol Green, Regional Director of the Southeast Regional Health Authority, says there is no potable water at the Cumberland Health Center in Spanish Town and its water supply has been depleted. He said SERHA has asked the NWC to truck water to the facility. However, he reported that there was a disruption in the supply of water to either Spanish Town Hospital or Linstead Hospital. The suspension of operations at the Spanish Town treatment plant is in the 5th day because of the contamination of the recovery by effluent from bauxite company Windalco Yuaton plant. The water treatment plant supplies about 30 communities in St. Catherine. A number of areas are without water or have low water pressure. Reporters were speaking with residents of 2 communities served by Spanish Town treatment plant who said they have to purchase water or wait until the pressure improves late at night. Garth Campbell, first Vice President of the Willowdean and St. John's Garden Citizens Benevolence Association, said the community has been without potable water since Friday and resident tanks are bone dry as a result. Some residents have had to purchase water, but Mr. Campbell complained that he has had to stand in long lines to do so, despite him being reliant on the cane to walk. I have dishes to clean and other stuff, and for health purposes, people need their water, he said. I understand it is a far-reaching situation, but I'm not blaming the Water Commission because they are doing their best so we do not get contaminated. He is appealing for water trucks to be sent to the community. Stacey Ann, who lives close to Spanish Town treatment plant, said since Sunday it has been costing residents $2,500 to fill a small container. She argued that the government should be responsible for providing affected residents with water because it is not our fault where the water went. Tufton hails media healthcare personnel for work during pandemic. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has expressed gratitude to members of mainstream media for their role in the dissemination of the Ministry of Health's message during the height of the novel coronavirus pandemic, at a time, he said, when social media was flooded with false information. At one stage during the pandemic, social media was swamped with conspiracy theories, especially relating to vaccination. Media practitioners in Western Jamaica were acknowledged during the Western Regional Health Authority COVID-19 Partnership Recognition Gala held at the Montego Bay Convention Center in Rose Hall last Thursday. Traditional media, we were able to dialogue more with them to clarify and to get information out, but social media was a kind of free-for-all, and so everything that somebody thought of ended up being posted. And because of the penetrative level of social media, it tended to permeate through society and sometimes created a lot of confusion and disruption and misperceptions and so on, the health minister told reporters following the recognition gala. The media person recognized at the function were Sheldon Freeburn, Dwayne Young, and Okili Henry of the Jamaica Information Service, Christopher Thomas, the Gleaner, Garnet Beckford, TVG, Kinsey Thompson, CVM, Philip Green, Western Mirror, and Horace Hines, Anthony Lewis, and Mark Cummins of the Jamaica Observer. However, it was the island's healthcare workers who Dr. Christopher Tufton described as the real heroes of the pandemic who were the toast of the evening. This special recognition is to highlight to the country how special you are and the work that you have done and the successes that you have achieved. Because oftentimes we only see the bad stories. I know the media is here and I don't want to beat up on them because they have been good partners also, especially in the COVID response. But it's always more newsworthy when a baby falls off a bed rather than when a baby gets life-supporting treatment. And sometimes we don't show enough of the positive and the good that we have done. And I think that we should use this time to reflect on some of those positives while we give thanks to what you have done, said Tufton. The Health and Wellness Minister stressed that healthcare workers usually make the news in a negative light time and time again, while their good deeds go unhighlighted. He also gave kudos to the United Nations for their unflinching support to Jamaica and Health Supplies and other donors for their contribution during the pandemic, especially the European Union. I just want to mention one fact that the European Union has been and is the largest contributing partner to Jamaica's development in terms of donations, technical support, and otherwise. I really wanted to say that. I think it's worth mentioning, and that relationship will continue, I'm sure, he said. Marianne Van Steen, EU Ambassador to Jamaica, who was the keynote speaker at the event, also hailed the contribution of the healthcare workers during the pandemic. I have been following the COVID-19 pandemic here in Jamaica and all over the world. The healthcare workers here and around the world are the real heroes. Your courage, selflessness, and your dedication. You were there when it was most needed. And I am very pleased that here in Jamaica your courage has been noted and that we are celebrating you dedicated tonight, Thursday, the EU Ambassador remarked. The Minister of Health and Wellness celebrated July as Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.